Now, police intend to increase patrols in a part of Hertfordshire after plans for a teenager's birthday party, well, got a little bit out of hand on Facebook.
Rebecca Javelot from Harpenden invited just a handful of friends to her party, but once it was on the social networking site, another 21,000 people invited themselves. Bhavani Vaddy takes up the story.
In a few weeks' time, Rebecca Javelot turns 15, but rather than looking forward to a celebration, her birthday party has been called off after a private invitation posted on Facebook went public.
I put my number and address on there because I wasn't thinking what I was doing, and I was just like, yeah, come text me if you're coming and all that. I live at this place, there's such and such. I feel a bit ashamed because it's my fault. I put it on there, shouldn't have. But it's a mistake everyone can make.
Since then, she's been bombarded with phone calls and messages from complete strangers.
She's only 14 and I don't think she realised what, her actions, the consequences of them, really. With one click of a button, she's gone global.
Rebecca invited 15 friends to her party. When they accepted the invite, all of their friends could also see the details and RSVP because she hadn't ticked the right privacy settings. Then all the friends of her friends could accept it too, and on until 21,000 people were looking forward to a slice of birthday cake.
Even though Rebecca's birthday party has been cancelled and the event completely removed from Facebook, other groups have set up copycat invitations saying it's still going ahead.
I'm just dreading the fact that all these people are going to turn up and kick off because then, there is no party.
As a result, Hertfordshire Police will be stepping up patrols in the area.
We're contacting the British Transport Police to seek some assistance around the train station, which is quite nearby in the town centre, to ensure that if people are arriving from further afield, the 22,000 people that there are, that there is additional steps taken there. Officers from my team, the Harpenden Safe and Neighbourhood team, will also be on duty in the area that night.
In a statement, Facebook said, "We provide people with the tools to manage their own content, and that helping children to use the internet safely must be a partnership between service providers, parents and teachers." But Tracy had no idea her daughter was posting an event on Facebook. They both think the social networking site could make its privacy settings easier to use.
A 14-year-old having 21,000 guests coming to a party isn't natural. It's stupid. So they should have some sort of steps to put in place to protect children.
Rebecca now plans to spend her 15th birthday just with her family, and they'll be turning away any uninvited guests. Bhavani Vaddy, Anglia News, Harpenden.
Can you imagine if 21,000 guests actually did
That would be a
turn
big
up?
birthday cake.
A lesson to us all there about things on the internet being there for everyone to see.
Yeah. Well, do stay with us this Tuesday evening, of course. A lorry driver accused of killing a pensioner from Norwich on a pedestrian crossing has told a jury that she must have been in his blind spot.
Rosano Casagrande from Peterborough struck Mary Whiting on the crossing at Luton Airport just after she returned from holiday last May. He's pleaded not guilty to causing death by careless driving. Hannah Pettifer sent this report from Luton Crown Court.
Well, Mary Whiting had flown into Luton Airport from a family holiday when what police today described as a tragic accident occurred. The 78-year-old, who was from Norwich, got to a pedestrian crossing where there was a 26-tonne lorry waiting. That was being driven by Rosano Casagrande, a 50-year-old from Peterborough, and it was described today by the defence as an untimely coincidence that just as he thought the coast was clear to move onwards, Mary Whiting stepped out onto the crossing and was knocked over and crushed to death. Now, there were several witnesses to the incident, including Mary Whiting's great-granddaughter herself. Now, much has been made today about the layout of the crossing and in the way that it creates quite a big blind spot for drivers. But since the incident, several changes have been made. But one of the most interesting things to come out of the trial today was that the Health and Safety Executive have said that they were very keen to investigate the airport's role in the incident and that they are deciding as to whether to prosecute the airport themselves. The trial itself is in its second day and will continue tomorrow.
Hannah Pettifer reporting there. An operation has begun to clear up oil which has washed onto beaches in Southend and Canvey Island in Essex.
A cargo vessel leaked around 500 litres of fuel oil on Sunday morning as it made its way to Tilbury.
4 miles of beach in Southend and a mile stretch in Canvey remain closed while the clean-up takes place. Michael Sibbett reports.
It's a beautiful day to be on the beach, but much of the coast along Southend and Canvey Island remains closed.
It's a police search, yes?
At 9 o'clock this morning, 10 men from Southend Borough Council started sifting through every piece of seaweed at Shoebury Ness and bagging any with oil on it.
We don't really know what would happen to it if we just left it there. I suppose the simple way of putting it is that people could get covered in this tar, very difficult to get off. Not only people, but other animals, dogs and people, things like this. We just want to make it safe for people. That's what this is all about.
The stretch between the Sea Life Centre and Uncle Tom's cabin in Southend is closed, while in Canvey Island people are being asked to keep off the stretch between Thorney Bay and Concord Beach. The clean-up is a messy job and could take days to complete. But while the cleaners are tackling the problem on the ground, it's Roy Stanbrook from the Port of London Authority's job to investigate it. The authority has already identified the cargo vessel responsible and it's being kept at Tilbury for the time being.
It's possible that if somebody maliciously throws oil into the water, they can be subject to a substantial fine, something like £250,000, which is quite unprecedented in the magistrates' court. We don't know quite yet what we are going to be doing about this particular case. If it's a mechanical failure, that remedy may not be available to us.
The shipping company could face a fine to meet the clean-up costs, but the priority for now is to minimise the impact on the environment. Michael Sibbett, Anglia News.
A family from Essex are taking legal action after medics at Colchester Hospital failed to diagnose their daughter with meningitis. Ellie Sutton from Witham is now 5. She has serious brain damage and will need care for the rest of her life. She was referred by her GP in 2006 but waited 11 hours to be treated. The hospital has apologised and admitted liability.
Thousands of chickens have died in a fire on a West Norfolk farm. 6 crews, including a chemical incident unit, were called to Harps Hall Road in Walton Highway near Wisbeach overnight. The fire took 3 hours to put out. 15,000 2-week-old birds perished in the blaze.
Motorists travelling between Norwich and Fakenham have seen their journey times almost double as major roadworks get underway. The works on the A1067 at Lenwade and Great Witchingham are being carried out to repair winter damage. Norfolk Council say the traffic is being made worse by drivers ignoring the 40-mile diversion and getting stuck down smaller roads. The disruption, I'm afraid, is going to last another 8 days.
Football now, and Ipswich will hope to carry their excellent league form into the Carling Cup when they meet Millwall in the 3rd round tonight. Striker Kevin Lisby is unavailable for Millwall. He's on loan from Ipswich and won't play as part of the deal. Meanwhile, Roy Keane's planning to make changes from the side that beat Cardiff on Saturday.
Certainly players in our team not capable of playing 3 games in a week yet because they're still catching up in their fitness levels, whether they'll be coming back from injury or they're new to the club and they've missed a lot of pre-season. So our young boys will maybe get an opportunity tomorrow night, and sometimes you just got to throw them in and sink or swim.
One young player who's unlikely to feature is Connor Wickham, who made an impressive return to the starting 11 on Saturday following injury.
Now, Norfolk sports car manufacturer Lotus has revealed the first pictures of its new supercar. The car's going to be called the Elite and is expected to cost around £115,000 when it arrives in showrooms in 2014. It's not been confirmed where it will be built, but the firm says the intention at the moment is for the work to be based somewhere at its Norfolk site.